Trying not to follow suit. Don't like the color, I'll change the shade of it. I'm not afraid of it. I know I'm holding on to this. Holding on. I know I'm holding on to this. Holding on. Don't let me repeat it. Don't let me repeat it.
All right. So we've got Beam Boy here, and we're gonna do a face reveal for you guys real quick. All right, you ready? Countdown, drum roll, please. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, it's Bean. Look at him.
Whoa,
I know.
guys, I'm back.
He's back.
Face
He's
cam's
back. We've gone from week 6 to week 7, and Bean has turned into a real man, and we're here. This is the summer
I'm
series.
a real bean.
Oh, he's a real Bean. Yeah. My bad. I didn't mean to, interpret your,
that's okay.
how you
Sorry.
identify it. That's my fault. But yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're here. We've got the summer series. This is the part 1 of the week 7 stream. We've got 2 matches hopefully today. We're gonna see if we can get that second one on for you guys, depending on if one player is available or not. And we will probably also will very likely have 2 matches tomorrow at our normal time, so 8 p.m. on Tuesday. But like I said, this is week 7, day 1, and this is the end of the line, Bean. I mean, this is it for a lot of teams. This is the
Do
last
or
week.
die.
It is do
right?
or
We
die.
have 5 teams left to just make playoffs, and fortunately, to the 3 teams that put up a battle, they still won. Like, it's crazy. Every team has won, which throws us over to our standings decibel.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it over there.
Might as well go talk about the standings, considering, like we just said, every team has definitely won a match, and no team has, gone with a better record than, only 1 loss. Every team has lost at least twice, which really shows the depth of the season that we have here. So let's go over to the schedule. We've got the Monday matches for you. The first one up, Riz Crackers versus RL Sideswipers. Both of them fighting for the last points that they can get in this season. Unfortunately, both are not qualified for playoffs. Just unfortunate way to end the season, knowing that you're not able to make it. But like I said, show match. I mean, these 2 teams are really strong. And I mean, personally, I'm rooting for Riz Crackers to get another win on the board and make it a little more interesting down there at the bottom of the scoreboard. See if they can get a couple more points to put them up to 7th or 6th. But RL Sideswipers as well, very strong team. We've seen a couple substitutions from them throughout the season, as well as from Riz Crackers. So this will be a full squad matchup for both teams, and they're both going to be ready to play and hopefully to win. And right after that, we will most likely have Googly Boogly versus Pleb Esports. We're going to make sure that we can get all the players available for that one. If not, unfortunately, we'll probably have to put that one off for another day. But hoping that we can get that one for you guys. And over to look at the standings, like I said, week 7, we've got Knife to meet you again at the top of the scoreboard. A return to the top of the scoreboard from weeks 1, 2, and 3. And Googly Boogly, unfortunately, with that loss to Pleb Esports. Oh no, was it Pleb Esports? No, RL Sideswipers. Their loss to RL Sideswipers just a couple days ago has put them down, unfortunately, to 4 and 2 and +1 in the standings, and they're now in 4th place and facing relegation, which is a little bit scary considering Bava and the Buoys are breathing hot down the back of their necks. And the Bava and the Buoys Shineki match, which will go on Tuesday right after Night to Meet You versus Doug Esports, is going to be intense, and it's going to really determine who gets into the playoffs. But not to talk about that, we're going to talk about the 2 teams that we've got coming up next. Bean, you want to talk about Riz Crackers and RL Sideswipers?
Yeah, fun teams. Honestly, I think I've casted probably every RL Sideswipers game, it feels like, at this point. So I'm very familiar with this team of Crim and Waves and Visions. They're just solid team, even at the bottom, towards the bottom of the leaderboards. And same with Riz Crackers. I mean, Nightmare picked a great team, solid team, and they seem to be coming into themselves. unfortunately too late for playoffs,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean they're not gonna play their hearts out. It's gonna be a fun matchup. And I think personally, I also believe Riz Crackers are gonna take this one. I think they've regrouped. They took a win last week. They got momentum,
Hmm.
and RL Sideswipers just lost 2 days ago. So they're down. They might be even a little more down. It's gonna go up to basically who's gonna outperform
Yeah.
each other today, and I think Riz Crackers are gonna do that. What are your thoughts?
I think either way it goes, it's definitely going to be a very solid matchup. I mean, Riz Crackers and RL Sideswipers are again both very solid teams. But to be honest, it's really gonna come down to who ends up taking a couple of those 3v3 games. I think is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be pretty important that that those 3v3s come in handy, especially with Nightmare and Crimson. I would really like to see a 1v1 between those two. And to be honest, if that happens, I would be really excited to cast that one because it could be really intense. Maybe high scoring, maybe low scoring. You never know what's going to happen with those two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool because we saw an upset of Nightmare taking out Nando earlier this
Oh yeah.
tournament in a 1v1. So if Nightmare can battle against Crim and take Crim out, I think he's kind of showing up to be one of the most underrated ones players in this whole tournament.
Hmm.
So look out for him,
Oh
honestly.
yeah. Look out for him, and might as well go ahead and start looking out for both of the teams on the pitch. We're gonna make sure that these players can go ahead and join. We've got Riz Crackers versus RL Sideswipers. First game up is gonna be 3v3, and I am incredibly excited to see what's about to happen because, to be honest, these two teams are very solid. And they are also very fierce competitors. I've seen Nightmare and Crim, trying to rally their team even upon some tough losses, and we're gonna have to see what happens here as the kickoff goes in favor of Nightmare, although right into the red half, and Visions tries to take control. Waves again gonna get a touch, but that's right to Braxy, who seems to pop it up into the air, trying to go for something, but a double commit there from Braxy. Nightmare's gonna leave Cone back on defense. Crim and Waves are pressuring Crim with a shot, and that's just right in the back of the net. 15 seconds in, and Crim's already put his team up one.
Yeah, an untimely double commit there by both Braxy and Nightmare, and it leaves Cone in the 1v1 against Crim, who just takes his time. He has boost. He waits for his teammates to push up and easily shoots it over Cone, which is a simple goal for our Sideswipers.
A simple goal for RL Sideswipers, but they're not going to be complaining about that one at all. Any goal you can take in these kind of 3v3 scenarios when it's such close competition between any team is really going to be incredibly important. And both of these teams wanting to prove that they can get those early wins, although Braxy, a little bit of a mistouch or a misflip off the ceiling is going to put him a little bit out of position. Cone looking to go for like an underside pogo or something there. I'm not sure what happened, but he's unfortunately not able to get it. Crim putting on pressure, but Braxy's going to be able to clear. Braxy to take control, puts it to the right side of Visions, not expecting him to go over there, and now Braxy's got a free reign up on the wall until there's a challenge from the RL Sideswipers player. Cone to put it into the center, and another center touch there. No one's there to follow it up, though. Riz Crackers seem to be playing, more safe than we've seen them play in recent weeks.
Yeah, and I think some of that's partially good. We saw Braxy take control, and I think that's gonna actually help them probably maybe lead to a goal here soon. But we're gonna need Nightmare's aggression to strike,
Oh my
and maybe Braxy aggression. He got a team bump, but actually couldn't get much power on the ball. Still leaves Cone in a great spot for a shot, and it's just off. Visions with a strong save and able to maybe follow up. Unfortunately taken away. Now Waves mistouching to his middle of the net, but Cone shoots it just wide. This could be brutal for RL Sideswipers, as they're kind of low on boost, even with Riz Cracker on their own half. Now, RL Sideswipers just hitting it around, trying to get some time for themselves. Braxy with a breezy almost, and it is once again stalemate.
Oh my gosh, that breezy gave me a little bit of PTSD. Braxy scored, one of the best shots I've seen all season against my own team, against me and Arya in 2v2, with a little bit of a breezy flick and so much power off of that ball. It shows that Braxy has that striker potential in him, and he's just, waiting for it to be unlocked. And if anyone's going to unlock it for him, it's got to be Nightmare Rally. I mean, in my opinion, one of the most solid out of all of the team captains, just because of his ability to play around really anyone and support his teammates to get that win. Although there he's trying to put on some offensive pressure himself as he's going to put a shot on net, but RL Sideswipers to clear it away. Cone's going to be there in the corner. He's going to touch it up on the ceiling. Elects to jump off of the wall, which isn't entirely the best idea there. Waves just not able to touch it. Nightmare is going to clear it over the head of Vision, so it looks like free space for Nightmare, although he's going to get demoed. And yeah, RL Sideswipers definitely not at all happy with the Riz Cracker pressure that's going on here, and they're just going to keep that physical play in order to, relieve the pressure a little bit.
And relieving the pressure they do, and they've actually done it really well. even with the loss from RL Sideswipers, just this last, what was it? Wait, did they win? Am I mistaking that?
RL
Or
Sideswipers?
I think they lost, right?
The most recent match, I'm not sure.
Oh no, they did. They
Yeah.
did. They lost the Googly Boogly. Oh no, they won. Sorry,
Yeah, they
I'm
did. You're right.
tripping
Yeah.
up right now. They won, and they did that by relieving the pressure with
Mhm.
Vision and Waves. Was my point. This duo of them is playing really strong on defense and knowing when to kick the ball out and just allowing Krim to do what he wants on offense.
Allowing Krim is really all you gotta do sometimes in this scenario, especially, I mean, in 3v3s, when you've got two teammates to back him up, Krim is gonna know that he's gonna be able to put on that pressure, and such a solid player is gonna be able to do exactly what his team needs, and honestly, not even what his team needs, just whatever is needed to put it in the back of the net as he takes a shot there. It is gonna be tapped away, though, by Cone. Still pressure up in the air. Visions with a good touch, and that's gonna go right into the net. Visions understanding that the pressure is needed there. He's got the space, and he positions himself perfectly for that unfortunate bounce, and just slots it.
Yeah, they're just doing, their cuts seem to be impeccable right now. They're turning when they need to turn, getting the touches, and leaving the ball when they need to leave the ball, and getting demos. It seems like they're playing very good Rocket League.
And Vision's gonna look for another goal there. I mean, that is very good Rocket League still from RL Sideswipers, but I think it's more a little bit of a misunderstanding of the play from Rizzcrackers, as they just didn't understand that there was gonna be space. I think Braxy looked to go off a boost, and Nightmare wasn't sure that if there was gonna be a teammate behind him. Still also low on boost, not able to challenge that, and it's going to leave an open lane for Vision. So far, I have seen definitely so much more pressure out of RL Sideswipers. I haven't, been entirely unconvinced that Rizzcrackers are going to be able to get back into this game, because they have still been playing very solid. It's just, I think, more consistency on the red half of the field, which is allowing them more pressure as Vision's going to take another shot. The consistency in the passing plays especially are going to open up that avenue for him to just slot it at once more.
This team is shining right now. Look at that shot
Good
from
pass.
Vision and that pass from Krim. They're taking advantage of all sides of the field, midfield, left field, right field. They're just getting past this Rizzcrackers defense. And I don't know if there's a point for them this game to come back in it. This RL Sideswipers team is playing impeccable. And I think what Rizzcrackers need to do is just try to get some counterplay. Get this attack, maybe a shot here from Nightmare. Counter almost by Cone, but he shoots it too wide. And they need to keep doing something like that, just staying controlled on this ball. I think they have some great players. If they can take control, take dribbles, and get it over at least one, it forces some 2v2, and then keep dwindling the numbers. This team will definitely get some goals.
That's a good demo. I mean, that's a good start from Braxy there. He's going to get a touch, but Cone is just not able to put enough power on the ball. Nightmare's going to try and lob it back into the middle, trying to get a little pre-jump challenge there, but Waves is up for the ball. Oh, looking back for Krim, but Krim just didn't have any boost. Krim looking to take it up the wall. Is he going to be able to go for a solo play here? Almost flips it past Cone, but a good challenge from the Rizzcrackers player. Nightmare to put it into the corner. And, oh, a good challenge there from Cone as the ball is about to touch the ground. That's going to be the first game locked up for RL Sideswipers. And a very solid 3v3 win, very convincing, and they're going to look to do some more in whatever comes next.
Yeah, and no team's dropping this ball yet. They're keeping it alive. They're having fun. Cone's still flopping it in the air. Nightmare trying to get under him. He almost can. 4-0 goes to the team RL Sideswipers. What a matchup there. That was honestly really, really strong game by RL Sideswipers. I don't think I've seen one that strong all tournament.
I haven't seen really anything, especially from them, other than that one series they had against Pleb Esports, because, I mean, a 3-0 sweep over Pleb Esports was incredibly convincing, and I remember I wasn't casting or streaming or helping with that one, but I do remember watching it on stream, and that one was intense. And since then, I think it's been a little lackluster for them, but RL Sideswipers, with a 4-0 in Game 1, are proving that that wasn't a fluke, and that Pleb Esports performance can be carried over to the rest. I don't know what you think is going to happen, Bean. If you saw it in the chat, we've got 2v2 voted from Rizzcrackers and Nightmare Rally. Who do you think they're going to put in? Because this could be tough.
Honestly, I don't know, because Nightmare is a great ones and twos player, and I don't know if they're going to throw Nightmare and just try to tie up the series in a 2v2, or have faith in Conan Braxy over probably Visions and Waves. I mean, that's kind of been RL Sideswiper's pick. They haven't really strayed from Krim being a 1v1 player. So I kind of just see a Visions and Waves, a Cone Braxy matchup, and Rizzcrackers having faith in those two players to maybe take the dub here.
I mean, that could absolutely happen. We're just going to have to see what happens, especially because, yeah, you're right. I mean, Nightmare's a very solid 1v1 player, so who knows who's going to go in for Rizcrackers. We might as well just go ahead and find out. We're going to have the players join up, and we're going to see who it is. It's going to be Braxy and Cone versus Visions and Waves. Okay, so if Braxy and Cone are able to win this one and tie up the series 1-1, we are going to see that Nightmare and Crimson 1v1 that we were hoping to see. Either that or if Rizcrackers are able to win Game 3. But, man, I mean, this is pretty exciting considering that this could be a very solid 2v2 matchup and the 1v1 matchup could be as well. We just don't know what's going to happen.
All of these players in my eyes are very solid. This is going to be probably one of the most fair 2v2s we've seen all tournament.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's really, you know, there have been scenarios in which 2v2s can be very unfair, but to be honest, that's been the pick of the team itself. That's been able to put those two players and then get a little bit more of an advantage in the alternative game mode, which would be 1v1s in this case. But that's been entirely up to the teams themselves, and when they need to, they are definitely able to even out that playing field. Like you said, this could be very fair, or, you know, either team could have pushed for a little bit more of an advantage putting their team captain in 2v2s, but this could honestly be the best result for either of them. Just depends who's going to win, and whoever doesn't win is definitely not going to be kicking themselves for this decision, because this could be evenly matched up, as Waves is going to go for a flip reset, almost gets another touch on the ball, just not enough boost. Braxy with, you know, not the best clear, but this is 2v2, so it doesn't really matter how you touch the ball as long as your teammate's there to back you up. Cone put on pressure, but Visions is going to, you know, reverse the field, and a good demo there from Visions, relieving more of that pressure that Rizcrackers seemed to try and take as they turned around, putting more pressure into the red half. Another chase there on the demo from Braxy. Can he bump the goalie? No, he can't. But those attempts, those physical play attempts, are really what I'm going to be hoping to see out of Braxy for the rest of this 2v2.
Yeah, those physical attempts from Braxy, I think he's trying to read this RL Sideswipers team, and they're playing very controlled. They're kind of dribbling like every touch. We haven't seen much aerial play from them. So they just like playing kind of like 1v1s and 2s, just staying on that ball. And Braxy knows that, so he's going to go for these demos. And maybe a shot there for Visions as Cone couldn't get the touch he wanted off of backboard. He went up a little too awkward for himself. Just slid under that, which falls right on Vision's car. It's a very simple 1-0 lead now for that RL Sideswiper squad.
Yeah, that's a tough read. I mean, any day of the week, anyone could be missing that one. It's really hard to, you know, stay consistent, especially on those backboard stages, which can be really difficult. And Cone, you know, falls victim, the newest one, to that backboard, you know, being rather unpredictable at times. Although Vision's going to get a 50 and try and put another goal in. That's not as much of a, you know, I'm not going to call it a fluke, because a solid finish from Visions earlier was able to put that one in the back of the net. But they're going to look to put a goal in the back of the net that will actually demoralize Rizcrackers, as Waves is going to be the one to take the shot. Braxy's there to backflip, but he does get demoed for his efforts. Cone is going to be able to keep this, has 100 boost, and he should be able to keep control here. Good 50 yellow Visions with that Fennec just powering through, and another good flick, but Braxy's going to be able to clear it, chasing the ball down in the middle. A good bump on Waves there. I'm not sure if he was going for that or the ball, but either way it works out as Cone shot onto the backboard. Visions this time with the backboard miss, and unable to capitalize is Rizcrackers. Although Braxy put it back in, and Cone with the redirect. Just a quick reversal of the play. When the pressure you thought was relieved, Rizcrackers put it right back in.
Now that's a smart play from Braxy. He dimed Cone perfectly. Like, I don't think you can do much more perfect than that. Both RL Sideswipers members were in the corner. Cone's right in that midfield. Just a perfect touch and play by both team members of Rizcrackers there.
That was absolutely solid from, I mean, especially from Braxy to get that awareness to be able to flip off of the wall like that, and Cone just sticking around being a nuisance, and able to put that redirect in the back of the net. And it's going to be Cone again to put pressure. Can he demo Visions? Yes, he can, but unfortunately Braxy too far back. Like I said, 2v2, it is going to allow your teammate to be there to back you up a lot of the time, but there is no third man to keep pressuring or put on extra second man pressure. Although Cone is going to try and put extra pressure on RL Sideswipers right now, as he's going to go for a touch. Another one off the wall. Cone really playing very solidly, although Braxy there to defend against two players. A bump on Waves, and that's in the back of the net for Braxy. Two from RL Sideswipers commit. Neither of them gets it, and Braxy gets a free one.
Dude, and that is textbook right there. They're dissecting this RL Sideswipers kind of style, their play. They're trying to take them out of their comfort zone, make them not control the ball as much, and it's working.
It is absolutely working. I mean, it is only 1-goal lead right now for Rizcrackers, but they're hoping that they can extend that further. Although RL Sideswipers definitely not going to be laying down anytime soon. A good shot there from Waves, and I don't know if Cone just didn't have enough boost to challenge that ball there, or if it was just a miscommunication again. Yeah, Braxy turned off the ball. Cone just a really awkward spot, tough angle to have your car at. And Waves just lobs it into the back of the net, ties it back up. Although, so far, I have seen more convincing play from Rizcrackers. Are they going to be able to finish it out, though? That's the real question.
I think they do, as they win this kickoff and both members are on the far side. Maybe if we can get a pop towards the mid for Cone. It's off the sidewall.
Oh.
No one's reading it. And Braxy's going to try to stay on, but it's unfortunately bumped away by Visions. Now Visions maybe with a chance going onto this Rizcrackers defense, staying controlled, taking boost in the corner, and now maybe allowing Waves to start something on defense. Again, playing controlled. Waves over to Visions. Visions not getting the read, faking down for Waves. And it actually forced Braxy to leave, but Braxy winning a 50. This could be a 2v1 attack for Rizcrackers. They get a pass over to Cone in the pinch, but it goes way too far over the net. Maybe a shot from Cone. He's trying to do everything he can to save this pressure. Almost getting a bump onto Waves. Waves not having it. And Braxy maybe faking out Visions here. Going low, but Visions, solid defense. Now trying to traverse the field. Nothing coming in here now. Rizcrackers almost again. Braxy's demoed. Cone's gonna have to do something here.
Can't Cone do anything off the ceiling. He looks for what looked like maybe a ceiling shot, but he chose to jump off the ceiling instead. Braxy is gonna be able to lob it back, but Waves should be able to get a good save there. Braxy, the just unrelenting aggression from this player has been a little frightening to watch, and RL Sideswipers look like they're fumbling under it, and a good touch there, but not enough as a clear almost comes through, and Cone just a weak touch towards the backboard. 10 seconds left. We're looking to go into overtime unless either team has anything to say about it, and it could be Rizcrackers first. Oh, but a tough touch there. Waves looks like he's just going to kill it, and overtime upon us. I mean, this is a really pivotal game. We've always talked about Game 3 in any sort of best-of-5 series, but this one looks like Game 2 is going to be the important one as Braxy tries to get a flip there. Good pinch from the Rizcrackers, or sorry, RL Sideswipers defense. And another good touch there, Cone. And Waves just unable to read the backboard, and Cone has just the better vision in that situation. He's going to put it in the back of the net, and we tie it up. We're going to see that 1v1.
That 1-1 series, we're going to see that Game 4. Great shot from Cone there. He perfectly placed that past Waves, and Waves playing great defense whole game. It's just unfortunate for him. Can't get that one out of the net, as also his teammate Visions was demoed. Very good play for Rizcrackers there.
Yeah, that's tough to see. I mean, especially because Waves has been playing very solid throughout that entire 2v2, but just unable to clean it up in the last moment. And I think that either team could have really taken that one. I mean, considering it went to OT, it could have been anyone really who took it. But it is going to end up being Rizcrackers tying up the series in the end. And this 3v3, I mean, I'm not sure that momentum is really on either side of any team, Beamboy, but, you know, whoever takes this 3v3 could end up winning the series, and that's pretty intense pressure.
Yeah, I think this is maybe we saw dominance from this RL Sideswiper squad in the 3v3. So are they gonna follow through? They're playing great defense still with Visions and Waves in that 2v2. I don't think they're gonna falter, and I still see them maybe coming out on top unless this Rizcrackers team can change something. They need to change something big. Get in, maybe play more physical, get in the face of RL Sideswipers, open up that field more, and maybe get some more shots on net.
I think the shots on net are going to be really important, especially because RL Sideswipers seem to have all of the pressure in that earlier 3v3. Are they going to be able to convert it to the next 3v3? We're going to have to see right now. We've got the teams joining up on the pitch, and the full squad's back on the field as, you know, Crimson, unfortunately, you know, his team not able to take that 2v2, but Nightmare should be happy with both of his teammates who are giving him a chance to beat Crimson in a 1v1, and I would say it's a pretty decent chance considering both of these players very solid. We've seen good 1v1s out of both of them. Nightmare has taken out some of the top dogs in just unrelenting pressure in 1v1s. And the pressure is going to start here for Rizcrackers as Braxy going to take it at the wall here. Not enough boost to really do anything with it, although he might prove me wrong here as he gets a touch. Not another one, but Nightmare almost had to clean it up, but Braxy nearly lands on it. Cone is going to be the last man back, but what aggression from him. Just confidence and making sure that his team keeps the pressure, although it is going to be relieved. And the red team pushing on the other side. A little bit of a touch into the middle from Braxy. Luckily, Nightmare's there. Good demo from Cone. The aggression still continuing from the Rizcracker side as Braxy tries to take control, but Visions with even more aggression of his own. 2 players miss from Rizcrackers, and Crim just unable to put a shot into the back of the net. And Nightmare's going to get a good challenge here. Oh, but he misses that barely. Braxy also jumps. Cone's going to get it clear, though. And so far, I mean, I think it would have been deadlocked rather than the fact that RL Sideswipers just put a ton of pressure right there at the end.
Yeah, the pressure is still being created by this RL Sideswipers squad. Even after a 2v2 defeat, they are not skipping a beat. This 3v3 match for them is strong, and they might actually get scored on here. Krim a little awkward, gets a one touch, can't get the follow-up. Nightmare with full boost now, attacking RL Sideswipers backboard, but it's kicked away by Krim. Krim 50 now into their own corner. And no Rizcracker's player is up.
Oh, that's a good touch there, and just trying to put it into the middle again, but that's not going to be enough for RL Sideswipers. As Braxy looking for the ceiling touch, and he's going to get a second one off the ceiling. That's close. And Nightmare's going to try and keep putting on that pressure. Braxy really proving all of us that he is a solid player. Nightmare himself is going to put one right into that top left area of the net. And yeah, I mean, I think that's all really due to that pressure that Braxy had right off the bat from that really solid play up in the air. And immediately RL Sideswipers felt, you know, Rizcrackers breathing down the backs of their necks, and that's going to be a cleanup there from Nightmare and puts them up one.
Yeah, and that's perfect. That was like one of the first plays for Nightmare to actually be a second man and be the person to get his shot on net. He almost shoots it again right into top right corner, but it's bounced off that backboard, and no RL Sideswipers member was up. Oh, now we're going to see maybe Nightmare versus the world here off his own backboard. Got the boost. Gonna try to make a play to his teammate, and here comes Braxy up the field, getting beat out by Visions. Cone making something he can't make up. No, Krim with the fake and a shot from Krim. Great control there, knowing that Nightmare's last back, and it's very difficult to read what's gonna happen.
Oh man, that's just brutal from Krim. He shows that his team is the 3v3 domination, you know, squad, and they're really looking to try and take another 3v3, which is going to put them in a really good position for that 1v1 later on. They've got 2 match points if they can win this one. It is tied right now, but that's gotta be demoralizing for Nightmare and for Rizcrackers. Although they show that it's not affecting them. A triple commit from RL Sideswipers there. Is Nightmare gonna be able to capitalize? Takes it past Krim himself this time, getting a little bit of revenge for that previous play. He's gonna pass it down. Braxy there in the middle, a good shot. Krim with an even better save. Nightmare to turn around. He's gonna pop it up. He's not got enough boost to put it in himself. Tries to get a bump on Waves, and Cone's still gonna keep the pressure. That's off the crossbar. Braxy's there to finish it. Oh my gosh, I was about to say something about that, you know, that shooting accuracy, but I mean, Braxy just proves that it doesn't matter what the pressure is, he's still going to put it in the back of the net.
No, yeah, great cut there from Braxy, and it's difficult when you're an RL Sideswipers member like that with no boost. All 3 of you just feeling the pressure, and finally Rizcrackers breaking through once they have the pressure.
Rizcrackers broke through in an absolutely phenomenal way. I mean, incredible pressure from Nightmare right off the start. Like I said, that playmaker, and he's going to try and, you know, take a step back as his 2 teammates almost put in another one there. But yeah, Nightmare, that playmaker really, like I said, I've sung his praises as a team captain just because of his ability to play around his teammates and enable them to put those shots in the back of the net, and he did so right there perfectly, putting on so much pressure that RL Sideswipers just didn't have enough boost to contend with the threat on their field. And another threat coming as Cone almost gets a demo on the backboard. Nightmare's up pretty early. He doesn't have enough boost to follow that. He's going to choose to boost down instead. Waves, a touch off the ceiling, though. That's going to leave it to Braxy. Is Braxy able to 50 Krim? No, he's not. Krim should have enough time to take control of the ball here. Goes for a 50 against Nightmare. You know, both of these players gearing up for a 1v1, which they are going to have to play eventually. But for now, the 3v3 almost sees another one in the back of the net as Visions puts it in. Krim passed to Waves, 2 commit from Rizcrackers, but they're able to get the save no matter what. These 2 have been really good on defense, and especially Rizcrackers have proven that you know, that pressure doesn't really bother them at all. As Nightmare, another good touch, although a good touch there from Waves. Pressure there from Krim again. Oh, that's like a million bumps in 1 second. I didn't even know what just happened, but RL Sideswipers player bumped a, you know, Rizcrackers player who got bumped into another one, and there's another one, and Krim just gets the ending 50 on Braxy, and right into the back of the net again for the team cap.
Yeah, that's a difficult one because I think after Krim got bumped there, he was actually in the air a bit, and that helped him win the 50 over Braxy and net.
Oh, close. That was close. Again, I mean, this pressure from RL Sideswipers, they're showing that no matter what, even if they go down a goal, they don't care, and they're going to bring it back up. As Waves, a good challenge in the air. Krim almost puts it past the last defender. He's going to go for it again. Braxy, a good touch up into the corner. Vision's very ambitious there. I'm not sure if that was the right play to go all the way up there, use all your boosts to get to that ball, but he shows that at least the pressure is still going to be there for RL Sideswipers for now. The cone just take it away immediately. Braxy going for an ambitious redirect of his own. Off of that backside, Nightmare commits. It's just Braxy back on defense. That looks like an awkward bounce too. He does get the boost, but Krim on the pressure, and he's going to beat him out. Cone luckily back to get the save. What a save from the Rizcrackers player as he's going to push more. And Braxy now to pass it over to Nightmare. Pressure flipped onto the other side of the field. Krim with an unfortunate miss on the backboard. 10 seconds left. Is Nightmare able to put it crossbar? Braxy into the back of the net, and Rizcrackers off of that 2v2 momentum look to take the threes.
What is that cut from Nightmare?
What a
0
touch.
boost, beats the last man, and Braxy's just perfectly rotating in the right spot to follow up that touch to score the game-leading goal. They are now leading with 6 seconds. There's going to be a
Fake kickoff.
Needs to be a miracle with this RL Sideswiper's vision. Keeps it up. Krim doing what he can. Low boost. The ball touches the ground in Rizcrackers' corner, and game number 3 falls the way of Rizcrackers.
That was, I mean, I'm impressed. I'm honestly just, that's all I can say is I was just really impressed by that performance there from Rizcrackers. They showed that, you know, even with that pressure, you know, on not necessarily winning the 2v2 in the most convincing way, they were still able to take, you know, the 3v3 win right after. And, you know, off of that 4-0 loss in game 1, a game 3 bounce back is pretty insane, Bean.
Yeah. No, we don't see that a lot, in my opinion. A team dropping first game, winning the second, and then winning the third. I think that's just a scoreline we don't see much, or haven't seen much at all. So it's very strong for this Rizcrackers team. They're very resilient, coming back, fighting strong, even after just a 1-game loss. It can be hard sometimes when you go down. You're like, maybe you're having a bad day, and then you just pop right back up. You're winning the series, and now this 1v1 is truly gonna show
This
what
one's gonna be
team's
intense.
captain is gonna be. Team that the captain that takes him home.
The captain that takes him home, and Nightmare is going to try and put them on a 3-1 win to end off their season, and Krim going to try and put it at least to a game 5, give themselves a little bit of dignity. We're going to have to see what's about to happen. This is going to be an intense 1v1 no matter what does happen. We're going to see Nightmare and Krim take the field. Rizcrackers are going to be up 1 and up 1 in the series, and to be honest, this could be intense from both of these players because they know what the stakes are, and they know that they have to win for their team to get that, you know, like I said, that dignity and that pride back on their side.
Yeah, and I honestly think this is going to be really close. I think Nightmare might squeak it out with 1 goal, but I could see it going either way. I don't know if I have a truly overall pick here.
I mean, it's tough
Nightmare
to.
kind of getting a shot. Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough to because both of these players are so solid in 1v1s. I mean, we've seen really convincing wins. Krim with an overtime win against Epsky earlier in that 3-0. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Nightmare just looked a little too panicked there, and he can't let that get to him, considering that's just really unfortunate from the team captain. But that pressure from Krim, like I said, he got that overtime win in the 1v1 against Epsky in that 3-0 sweep that RL Sideswipers had against Pleb Esports, and that one was really, you know, a crazy turning point in the series for them, or in the season rather. They just weren't able to continue that momentum. They're gonna hope that they can continue it here to take it to game 5, but Nightmare immediately making up for his mistake there on the previous play. He's just gonna get a good kickoff, and I don't think that we're gonna see too many more of those, you know, kickoff free wins for either player, because both of these players have been so solid in ones. They know how to play and they know what to do.
Yeah, and that's gonna feel good for Nightmare. I mean, you like we saw, kind of felt shaky off the bat. He missed a boost early on, so he felt like he needed to play defense very quickly, and he unfortunately just made a bad play. But getting that kickoff goal kind of cements it. Basically goes back to that 0-0 scoreline. Maybe some offense here from Nightmare. He's got great control. He's got boost control. When he beats out Krim, this could be an easy shot for him if he gets it on target, but he lets it hit off the back wall. Now Krim getting a 50, very good 50, but he's still on low boost. Gonna control, take the boost. In the corner, actually just spawned for him. He beats out Nightmare, and now this is his chance. Can he get a shot? No, saved by Nightmare. Just tapping it away so he can go get boost.
Oh no.
But he gets another misplay. He jumps just too late, and the ball rolls right past him.
Oh man, I mean, I think that Nightmare just maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure here. Almost had a chance to close out, or not almost, he still has a chance to close out this series for his team. and maybe, you know, that's gotten to his head a little bit. Krim has really nothing to lose here, and hopefully he can get a couple more goals on top of the board while Nightmare looks a little weak as he's going to go for a shot here. And yeah, Nightmare just floundering in the back of his net.
Great
Krim,
shot.
great kickoff and very, you know, good advantage there. That's just not a bounce that you want to see at all if you're Nightmare. And Krim, you know, solid enough to just put that top ins and, you know, put himself up 2 now.
Yeah. Krim's great placement there, putting it right over Nightmare. Might I add, was smart. You know, Nightmare's on low boost, awkward angle. Krim's got everything in the world in his favor, and he's gonna keep this pressure here on Nightmare. But Nightmare, great recovery off that wall. He actually keeps strong control. He's gonna go under Krim, but Krim gets a great 50 on the top of his car. It allows time for him to get boost and get back, but Nightmare gets a side flip. Unfortunate there. I don't know what really happened, but he flipped off the wall just a little too soon, and it ends up in Krim winning a 50 into his own net.
I mean, I don't know how many more of those we can give Nightmare for free. I mean, those have been mistakes that have cost him goals, not just, you know, cost him pressure or cost him boost in any situation. They've just been goals that have been pretty easy for Krim, just cleaning up the mistakes that Nightmare has made. And you got to think that if Nightmare wants to win this game and win this series even for his team right here, right now, he's got to start cutting down on those mistakes and start putting on extra pressure on Krim's net. This is a good start, though. He seems to have more... Oh, my gosh. I was about to say he still has more control on the ball, but Krim just not scared at all. He's going to get a good fake there. Nightmare looks backwards and is going to, you know, at least try and relieve the pressure a little bit as Krim. Another good 50. Oh, not able to put it, though, in the back of the net. He's got to tap it over to Nightmare, and Nightmare probably going to have to try and convert to this aerial play. We've seen it a couple times from him in 1v1s, and he's not able to convert it here, and that might be an opening for Krim. Krim, of an airplay of his own, trying to do exactly what Nightmare just did. Almost a flip reset of his own, and nothing there as, you know, pressure relieved once again for the Rizcrackers 1v1 player, and so far it's just been not enough, you know, offensive pressure, but his defense has been, you know, at least being able to clear the ball has been pretty decent.
Yeah, and Krim's decision making is very good. I mean, when you compare these players to each other, Nightmare, strong, mechanical player, loves to play ones occasionally here and there, you know. And I think he probably has some more ones experience than Krim. But Krim, like I said, his decision making, knowing when to go, when not to go, keeping his boost. He's making great plays, and that's why he's up 3 right now.
It's just, it's not even necessarily great plays all the time. It's also just, you know, awareness and just smarts from this team captain on the RL Sideswiper player. I mean, that is definitely considered great plays. A great play of Nightmare himself. I mean, going up, getting that ceiling reset, and then a musty. You know, I think he probably could have just shot it into the back of the net. Krim didn't seem to have much presence in the backboard, and able to, you know, not able to save that on the, you know, on the goal line. But I think it's really just the offensive prowess from Nightmare that has to get him back into this game, because so far the defense and the kickoffs have not been doing him justice. There's another goal for Krim. It's too easy, but the consistency doesn't really matter if it's easy as long as you're putting him in the back of the net.
Yeah, and the time is ticking for Nightmare. He's got just 142 left to get 3 goals to at least tie to overtime. Easier said than done, but it is ones, which means goals are quicker occasionally here and there, and I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps trying to mechanically beat out Krim here. But Krim, like, just taking his time, doing what he can, gets a 50. This could be a good goal for Nightmare here. Just gotta control it. Try not to hit it off that sidebar. Luckily, it falls into the net of our Sideswipers. And there you go. There's maybe a chance for Nightmare now.
I respect that from Krim too. He's still putting pressure on Nightmare, knowing that the 1v1 isn't over. And you can't really sit, you know, back on your haunches in 1v1 at all, because if you do, you're really going to start getting pressured by the other player, and Nightmare going to try and convert the momentum of that previous goal. Krim dropping a quick chat, you know, knowing that that was a mistake from him, and the kickoff goal finally goes the way of Nightmare. Ever since that first one that he put in the back of the net, off of that kickoff goal, he hasn't really been, you know, winning those kickoffs. They've mostly gone to Krim, but this could be the turning point in the series, or in the game, and this could be exactly what he needs to get back into this 1v1.
Got 2 quick goals from Nightmare, and it shows you that the game is not over yet, but Krim gets full boost control, gets great control of his car too, and he still steals the boost in the corner. Nightmare reads a great challenge, and now he has the boost control over Krim. Maybe he can get a flick here. He tries to go low again, but Krim's pretty smart at just getting a perfect touch, make it awkward for Nightmare. Nightmare going for maybe a bump here onto Krim, but Krim just went quick enough This got to be a counterattack here for Krim to maybe give him some space in the lead, but Nightmare with a chance. Great save, gets back to net in time, and maybe a chance, and he gets it past Krim. This is going to tie it up.
Oh my god.
That is huge for Nightmare.
That is massive for the Rizcrackers player who's looking to try and win this series. I mean, we said it was going to be close. This isn't exactly the way that either of us imagined it, I bet, because Nightmare just dropping so far in the first moments of the game. I mean, Krim just unrelenting pressure, and maybe, like I said, he has submitted to a little bit of that, you know, more smart play defense and, you know, waiting for Nightmare to make a mistake again, but so far Nightmare knows that those are going to cost him, and he's been putting on more pressure. Krim, maybe a fake here. Oh, he's going to put it in the bottom right corner. That's clinical from the RL Sideswipers captain, and he puts it up. One more. He's still got a lead. How long can he hold on to it?
Hey, he's got to hold on to it for 28 seconds. That's what I know. But or else overtime, or maybe a lot. I mean, we saw some quick goals from Nightmare off kickoff, maybe one here. Now Krim with the win. Nightmare's gonna have to get back on defense and quickly attack this ball. Time is running out. A shot for Krim over net, but he's got full boost. He's gonna take his time. 14 seconds remaining. This has to be the play for Nightmare, but again, Krim is just bullying him, getting him off the boost, taking time. He knows that it's almost over. Nightmare trying to get a psycho maybe. That would have been crazy. Nightmare. No more time. The door is shut. It is going game 5 for RL Sideswipers versus Rizcrackers.
Game 5. I mean, honestly, we came into this knowing that it really couldn't have gone any way. We knew it was going to be close no matter what. Game 5 is pretty intense considering a lot of, you know, basically all of the matchups last week, I'm pretty sure all of them actually, were game 4s. I mean, it was just solid 3v3 play from whichever team ended up winning, and then they were able to lose one of those, you know, wild card matches, either the 1v1 or the 2v2, and then they take it in the second one. And we've seen pretty even play from both of these teams. Each team winning a 1v1 game, or sorry, a 3v3 game. Each team winning one of those wild card matches. And now we're going to game 5. We're already on Champions Field. There's no need to go anywhere. We just might as well put ourselves, you know, start getting us ready for this last game. Bean, I don't know, just give me a short prediction. Who do you think could take it?
Anyone, honestly. You know, I think it's actually going to tie. It's going to be our first Rocket League tie ever. Man, I do not know. It's so split right now. Both teams are playing great. Because like in the first 3v3, our Sideswipers were doing good, but Rizcrackers matched them. They matched them and outbeat them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna let it up to fate. I'm gonna let it up to fate here.
I have no idea either. We might as well just decide. I'm not gonna pick either because I don't think I could, even if I was asked to. I mean, this could really go either way. It absolutely could. I think it's gonna come down to either good aggression. I mean, like I said, that first game, I saw good demo aggression and physical play from Braxy, and I'm hoping to see a little bit more of it here in this last 3v3. He's got to know that this is the end of his team's season, and he wants to put on one more show. Game 5, whichever team takes this is definitely going to give themselves a little bit more credit, and RL Sideswipers hoping to put themselves on 3 and 4 to end off the season. Rizcrackers looking to get 2 wins on the board. Which team's going to be able to do it? We don't know, as Rizcrackers going to put on pressure. First of the game, although Krim able to instantly relieve it, gets a good shot on that, but Braxy clears, and Braxy keeps control of it. Gets a good 50 there, but it looks awkward for Cone. He chooses to touch it out to Nightmare. Good pass. Vision should be there to clear it. Oh, he isn't. Through the smoke, Krim is going to be able to get the save at least. But, I mean, close try there from Rizcrackers, and they've got to keep that pressure on and make sure that those shots are going to be on target. We've seen, I mean, we saw just last week no shooting accuracy at all from Googly Boogly against RL Sideswipers, and maybe it's just the effect that this team has on their opponents, you know, instantly turning their shooting to dust, and hopefully Rizcrackers are going to have to overcome that curse here.
It's definitely a curse, and I am not surprised that this RL Sideswipers team is putting the curse on the 2 teams that they have played. I mean, unfortunately, not to single out Cone, but some of the shots he's had have just gone wide. And we saw that all last week against Googly Boogly. I mean, they couldn't take their games because they were missing. And I think in order to really beat this RL Sideswiper squad, you have to be clinical with your shots. And that is what they need to keep doing. Maybe with a chance turn from Visions, but he cuts it back maybe to himself. No, Nightmare's going to boom it up to maybe Cone, but no, a misread. Both players go down from the wall and take the boost. Braxy now overcommitted, and it's going to be a 3v1, but Cone, great cut on the sidewall, trying to pass it mid. Waves can't get a strong touch away. Maybe a chance for Nightmare to cut. He does. One touch to himself, maybe two.
Flip
A
reset.
flip reset, and Krim is ready on the low touch, trying to 50 Braxy here. He's got boost, but no, a double commit from our side.
Touch.
And Cone shoots at mid.
Bang.
Just a great pass from Cone. A simple backflip to shoot it right under the last defender as they were cutting too soon on that ball.
I mean, that's still good play from RL Sideswipers in the back of their half. They just weren't ready for the Cone Masterclass. Dribbling around a couple of those defenders, looking like he's got incredible ball possession. He's got to keep this up if they want to win it. One goal is not enough, especially with RL Sideswipers. We saw in that game 3, they brought it back a couple of times. Rizcrackers would put up one, and RL Sideswipers would answer immediately. So Rizcrackers cannot be complacent at all here. They've got to continue to put pressure on, and so far the pressure's been on the yellow half of the field as RL Sideswipers are going to continue to push even farther. A good touch there from Visions off the backboard. Waves unable to read it though. Krim, third man's going to turn and try and put more pressure, even, you know, trying to continue that aggression that his teammates have put on. But unfortunately, they double commit. Braxy doesn't have enough boost to go up in the air. Oh, and he's not even able to catch it as Krim immediately tries to put it away, though. A good touch, and it's pinched off the crossbar. Braxy looking to try and clean it up, but Visions is in net. And oh no, Cone jumped early.
Cone.
It's on to the yellow half. Are they going to be able to put it in? And Krim, oh my gosh. I mean, that's composed from the RL Sideswipers team captain, but that's unfortunate from Cone, not realizing how much power that ball had. And Krim's going to be able to put it right past Nightmare. Almost made it back. But it's a tied-up game again.
Close.
This is intense.
This is very intense. Unfortunately, Cone's mishap there led to that tie. We're going to see maybe a team break through late in this game. It's coming down to the wire. They extended their season this far. Are they going to extend it into overtime? That's the real question.
I would love to see an overtime here. We saw a couple of Game 5 overtimes in the past. We opened up our season with a Game 5 overtime on stream, and man, could this one be intense. I mean, so far we've seen such good play from all of these teams. Both RL Sideswipers and Rizcrackers have everything to be proud of in the way that they put their performances on for the rest of this season, and so far they've almost been able to put themselves up just one more win at the end of the season. And I mean, such good pressure from both teams. Good bunt there. Braxy almost has an opening. Visions should be able to touch it away though. Braxy continues to put on pressure. Nightmare again off the crossbar.
A rule one!
Oh,
we
a rule
got
one
a
in
rule
the back,
one in
and
the
Cone. Cone is just going to put it in the back of the net. That's probably about the worst time, but Krim respects it, and he's not going to break it. Braxy locking up the team captain on the other side, and his team is able to put it in and put themselves up one. A minute to go. Could this be Rizcrackers winning the series, or could RL Sideswipers return fire?
The swarm on that ball at the end, might I add, was perfect as they got that goal. And maybe Cone almost trying to slide one past Waves there, but it still leaves a great pressure. And a bump on the net. This could leave a good shot for Braxy. Just a great aggression. Bumping Krim. Krim was too awkward. He couldn't even like half flip or anything. And it leaves him wide open in the net. This is looking like it's going to maybe go to the way of Rizcrackers.
It is looking that way, although, like I said, RL Sideswipers, if there's any team to bring themselves back into a game off of a 2-0 deficit right now, it's got to be them. I mean, this team has been playing so solid, even with the substitutions and, you know, the unfortunate losses to a couple of those teams that have been really proving themselves throughout this entire season. RL Sideswipers still stand strong, and the offense has to start here. Almost 30 seconds left, and that's a good touch from Visions. Nightmare almost misses it, puts it off the crossbar himself. Braxy able to take control in the demo from Cone. Oh, and the mistouch from Waves, that's going to relieve pressure. Vision's the last one back. He's able to touch it over the crossbar, keeping his team alive for now. 20 seconds. This is the end of the season for both teams, and Rizcrackers look to be the team that wants to put more aggression on. 10 seconds coming down to the wire. Nightmare Rally wants to put his team on 2-5, give them one more win, but Waves almost able to put it in. Cone with the save that locks up another win for Rizcrackers, and a Game 5 victory for them is going to mean that their season ends in relief.
And relieved they must feel. Great save from Cone there at the end. He's excited in the chat there, and what a fun first game to the last week, game 5. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? I mean, props to both teams. We know, fortunately, no team from of those two is going to make playoffs, but they put their heart on the line. Game
Oh
5
yeah.
is crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean they absolutely put their heart on the line. They knew that that last win was all that they wanted, and especially Riz Crackers with that aggression, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder from the substitutions they've had to have, and I mean that's just solid from them. There's nothing you can say. RL Sideswipers, hats off to them. They played fantastic, but unfortunately Riz Crackers are going to be the one to take it in the end. Unfortunately for them, rather, but for Riz Crackers, got to be celebrations on the side of Nightmare, especially being able to get his team one more win, and they're going to end themselves on a pretty happy 2-5. I mean, they've got to be satisfied with their performance throughout this season.
Truly satisfied. I mean, a team that started 0-5 and ending 2-5 is
Hmm.
great. It's amazing. That's what you strive for. Like going into the last 2 weeks, you're like, all right, guys, we're down, but we're not out.
Oh yeah.
Maybe out of playoffs, but not out of bumping your seating up.
Hmm.
And they did it just there. I mean, I think if Pleb falls, in their next matchup, Pleb Esports, if they lose,
Hmm.
this Rizcracker squad will no longer be at the bottom of the leaderboard.
Oh no, they
So
won't.
something for them to think about.
Yeah, I mean
The
it'll end up being probably RL Sideswipers, unfortunately, at the bottom of the leaderboard.
Oh, I do
Unless, like
see
we
that
said,
now.
unless
Yeah,
like we said, Pleb, if they lose that last matchup, I mean they could end up unfortunately putting themselves down at the bottom. But we might as well go ahead and talk about, like we said, we'll go over these standings real quick. We do see now that, off of that schedule on the left, Monday, Rizcracker is able to get that 3-2 win over RL Sideswipers, and that's going to put them, as you can see, in 7th place, 2-5 with a +5 game differential, and RL Sideswipers are going to drop to 2-5 and -6. Unfortunately for them, that's just a tough way to end your season. I mean, they have to absolutely be proud of the way that they played though, and they could still end up locking up a 7th place if Pleb Esports are able to, or not able to. If Pleb Esports end up losing, then yeah, RL Sideswipers could still get, not at the bottom of the scoreboard, but still, I mean, Bean Boy, it doesn't really matter what team these, or how, it doesn't really matter how these teams have performed throughout the season. They have been playing phenomenally, and they absolutely have to be proud of their performance.
yeah. Every team now with at least 2 wins. It's kind of again crazy. This tournament's so close together. And might I add, just big claps all around for both these teams playing even like playing until the last week,
Hmm.
right? When
Hmm.
you start off 0-5 from Rizcrackers, it shows the resilience. They still played through. I mean, there's got to be some ups and downs through their season, unfortunately, and 0-5 is a little sad, but they pulled it out. They got the 2 wins they wanted. You got to be thrilled right
Hmm.
now. Very proud of them, and proud of RL Sideswipers. I mean, they've played some strong games.
Hmm.
That team is super underrated, even if they're at the lower part of the leaderboards. So, just big round of applause for both of them playing, and thank you guys for playing in the tournament.
Absolutely. Thank you to both teams. I mean, we've enjoyed really seeing both of you shine and get a couple of those really vital wins that you have wanted to see. Like you said, very confident, confident wins from RL Sideswipers, especially throughout the season. They've proven that they know how to take, victories, especially against some of those really top teams. And like we said, that upset against Googly Boogly got to be the highlight of their season from last week.
Yeah.
And I mean, just solid play from them. Unfortunately, they weren't as solid as Riz Crackers today. And Nightmare Cone and Braxy have to be happy about that one. For now, might as well go ahead and talk about what may be the next match on our stream. We're gonna actually, I'm gonna hold us here just for a second as I can see if
No, you're
if we're
chilling.
able to get this team on. I
I can
think.
add something too, real quick,
Oh
as
yeah.
you do
Uh
all
huh. Go
that.
ahead.
Everyone in chat, let's just give a heart for both these teams. They played strong. They played well. Great teams. Hearts in the chat. Hearts to both of them.
We
Love them.
love both of these teams. Thank you for both of them to playing, and I have been able to confirm. Let me confirm one more time just to make sure we have what looks like the entire Googly Boogly roster in their voice chat. So we should have a matchup for you guys just
We
after
should.
this. Googly Boogly
We should.
versus Pleb Esports should be happening, and we're gonna see again the second match on stream for Googly Boogly. This is a pretty important one, Bean, and we didn't expect it to be so. Like I said, that RL Sideswipers upset from last week really put pressure on Googly Boogly. Now they're 4th in the standings, and they have to win this if they really want
They
a good
have to
chance
win.
of making it into the playoffs. If they win, they will lock their spot in the playoffs. If they lose, it becomes a little bit more complicated, and they're gonna have to rely on Shineki
If
to
they
beat Bava and
lose,
Buoys. And I know that you wouldn't be happy about that one because you want your team to win that, and so you look a little threatening here.
hey, what can I say?
And man, all the pressure
What
has
can I
got to be
say?
on Angel, Fear, and Guga to get this win coming up next. Yeah, any closing thoughts on that series, Bean Boy?
Not much, just other than a great play by both squads, and excited to see the last matchup here in a little bit. We're gonna take a short break, guys,
Mm-hmm.
as we set up a few more things, you know, off behind the scenes stuff. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
See you soon.
We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I can't look you in the face. I don't wanna have to lie. I wanted this love to survive. Now when I look in your I feel paralyzed. Now I know it's over. I see you passing by, hand in hand, with your perfect light. My body, a ghost town, feels like someone cut out my tongue. I didn't know my heart could die this young. Oh, now when I look in your eyes, I feel paralyzed.
All right, we're back. That wasn't too long, wasn't it? Yeah, I know
was
you guys
good.
were missing us, so we tried to come back as quick as we could. We're back. We've got another matchup, Bean, and it's good to see you once again. We've only got 2 casters on the stream
Yeah.
today, but I mean, if it wasn't you, then I would just have quit, probably, to be honest. They're not paying me
Yep,
enough. They're not paying me anything, actually. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm getting all the money actually.
He's getting all the money? That's just because his casting's just way
I
better
got
than me.
sponsors.
Oh my
I
god.
got
Sponsored by nerds and
I
Pac-Man?
got sponsors. I got more sponsors. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This is just a part-time thing for you, right? Or like a hobby. It's community service. Sorry, my bad. That's what it is, right?
community service.
Community service.
Interesting.
Okay. He's a busy guy, but at least he takes time to come and be here. And I know he enjoys it.
Yeah.
We all enjoy it. And we've got one more matchup for you guys here. Summer League Week 7. Just to reiterate one more time, this is it. I mean, this is the last regular season games for these teams. And unfortunately for one of them, Pleb Esports, it is going to be their last game of the season. But they could be the villains here. I mean, I know that we've got a bunch of people in chat, especially from Angel Stream.
Yeah.
Say hi in chat from Angel Stream. And I know you want your
chat.
streamer to win right here. But, I mean, Pleb Esports, like I said, could be the villains here. And they could upset Googly Boogly absolutely if they really want to get this win
Yeah.
and put like a huge twist in the standings because it's going to be intense and might as well go over what's going to happen. We've got Googly Boogly versus Pleb Esports, as you can see on the left there. For those of you who are just tuning in, we had Riz Crackers 3-2 over RL Sideswipers. Such a close game. I mean, it went to Game 5, trading wins back and back, throughout the entire series. But Riz Crackers able to show up when it mattered most and clear it out, or clean it out in the end. And they're going to put themselves on 2-5 alongside RL Sideswipers, also 2-5, and elevate themselves one more position in the standings. They've got to be happy about that. RL Sideswipers can't be too mad about it. I mean, what a fantastic season from both of those teams. Both of them showing why they're able to get those upsets and compete against those top teams. But one of those top teams we're about to see right now, it's Googly Boogly versus Pleb Esports, who, like I said, the season may already be over, but they absolutely could play the spoiler here and make it so much harder for Googly Boogly to make it into the playoffs. Them being on a fourth spot is really not expected considering they were just first seed not even a week ago. But after some of those results that came in, I mean, they've ended up fourth in a pretty weak position, especially with game differential, to try and close it out here. 4-2 plus 1 might not be enough to hold off Bava and the Buoys, who is that last team outside of those top teams, to have a chance to make it into the playoffs. And I know, Bean, you're probably rooting for that. But for now, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens in this Googly Boogly match, and I'm just going to expect no bias from you on the casting desk, but, it's okay if I hear a little bit. I'll forgive you. But, might as well get you started by talking about these teams that you're going to be watching right now.
Pause for suspense. These teams are crazy. Okay. So we saw Googly Boogly pretty recently, guys. I mean, if you take it back, like, 2 days ago? They lost RL Sideswipers, and that team has been playing pretty good recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know much about Pleb, but they got some power to them, and Googly Booglies cannot let up on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
This Pleb Esports team is coming for their throat, trying to take them out of playoffs. I mean, wouldn't it be a fun time to banter with your friends if you're just like, I just took you out of playoffs, and you,
Oh, yeah.
that kind of thing. It's about friendship status, and
Mm-hmm.
if Ebsky can do that to Angel here, it'd be kind of funny.
And two players who may
But
end up on the same team in the future, too, by the way, which could be funny.
exactly.
Uh,
So, I don't know. I think truly though, with the wins and the team, I'm gonna go with Googly Boogly on this
mm-hmm.
one. They've just played solid all season, regardless of their last week. They got to let it go, and play their game they've been playing for
Mm-hmm.
5 weeks before that. So
Yeah.
they can do that, then they should show up and start to win this game.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, those 5 weeks before that were such solid weeks. I mean, going up 4-0 immediately, they do not want to be that team that goes up 4-0 and then loses 3 games in a row and gets knocked out of playoffs. So I think
Choke,
that's going to motivate
choke.
them at least to get this win in this series. And Pleb Esports, I mean, we've seen really good performances and really unfortunate losses in a couple of these series so far throughout this season. They've been playing really solid, and they're going to just hope to be able to play solid one more time, get themselves one last win before heading out and saying goodbye to the summer series, at least for this year. We may see a reiteration of this team next year if we have another one of these, which we would love to do. So, hoping to at least build a good start here for Pleb Esports, and I think Ebsky and Angel are really going to have a battle of the captains, maybe even a 1v1 appearance against each other. We might as well honestly just start getting ready to go into this match. I'm going to get a quick prediction from you, Bean. Who do you think is going to win this one? It's tough.
Googly Boogly.
Googly Boogly. Oh, you did say that
That's
already.
my
Okay.
pick.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one more time. Think about
Same
Evsky
question.
in a 1v1. I mean, he's gotten good wins in 1v1s especially. And think about Pixel and WoW, who have been really a surprise team in 2v2. And then think about that upset win from RL Sideswipers just a week ago against, not even a week ago, a couple days ago, against Googly Boogly. I mean, they've got to be scared. Are you still gonna stick with
Yeah,
Googly?
I'm calling a Googly Boogly sweep here.
Okay, sweep. Damn. Okay. Well, there's pressure now on that team. I mean, they gotta know that there's got to be something coming for them soon.
I believe in
Especially.
Angel.
Oh yeah. And I mean, okay. I said no bias, but think about the fact that even if Googly Boogly loses, it could still give you guys a good chance. You still got to win no matter what. Bob and the Buoys absolutely still have to win to get into the playoffs. But it could end up giving, Chineki maybe a chance to stay in. Do you have any sympathy for your opponents for next week or no?
No.
No. Okay. Beanboy, the Stone Cold Killer, as always. I mean, we already know how he's
No,
expecting this game
I'm
to go.
meaning.
I think I'm going to give a little
I'm
bit of
meaning.
a shout out to to Pleb Esports because I want to see, Wildcats start getting a little bit more presence on the field. We've seen, him being underrated by a lot of the casters in the past. and especially because I think that his
I love
blade.
WoW.
Okay, Bean loves WoW, so it's not Bean, but especially because I think that
WoW loves me.
WoW is such a solid player, a fellow KBM player, at least for me. I know that we both have had plenty of fun playing with each other, and he's very solid, and he's definitely a good teammate, and he knows what to do in that 3v3 situation, which is really where Pleb Esports are going to have to get those wins. But we might as well find out right now where those wins are going to come for these teams. We're going to put them on the field. We've got Pink and Blue, Googly Boogly versus Pleb Esports. And this is intense, especially for Googly Boogly, but just as intense for Pleb Esports, trying to get that last win in the season. And we're going to have to see what happens here.
As this kickoff is now.
This kickoff could determine everything. Angel against Ebski. Might see that later again, but so far it's going to be a win for Ebski. And Pixel just immediate pressure onto the backboard as Ebski again with a good shot. And it's 7 seconds in. Pleb Esports do not want to lose today.
That was a great shot. I mean, Ebski stayed balanced. Flipped perfectly. Fear's not ready for that. It was just too quick of a shot from Ebski.
Too quick of a shot, too much power, especially from that Fennec generated off of the back of Ebski's, really good positioning in that play, and a team effort as Pixel was able to put it on the backboard there. A good shot again from Ebski, but this time Guga is going to be able to tap it. And Pixel looking for a double touch. I mean, the aggression from Pleb Esports just right off the bat. They have absolutely nothing to lose, and they're proving it here as Wildcats. In that Dominus, we haven't seen him entirely, play the Dominus throughout most of the season. We have seen a bunch of cars from him, and I know he's very versatile in all of those cars. So he's going to hope that this one is going to do the job for him. Although Googly Boogly starting to put more pressure on, but an instant challenge from Pixel is going to relieve pressure. He gets a demo on the captain as well. A couple wave dashes on the wall, is just not able to chase it. And Fear should be able to clear this one out so far.
Yeah, and a double commit there, as we see from WoW. Tried to make a solid touch, but two teammates turned on that ball, and it's now leaving kind of a lackluster offense for this Pleb Esports squad. And now the counterattack is on Fear, maybe getting the double, but saved by Ebski, and now reverse rolls as this team is on counter, but a demo from Pixel leaves some space, and now Fear's going to regain with full boost, try to get over as many as he can, but again he gets demoed. These demos are coming in quick, and Pixel, last man on the line, getting a save away, potentially trying to beat Fear, but no one's up, and this midfield's looking very open for Angel. Can he cook? No, just off of that top bar.
Just off indeed. I mean, Angel, we did see, like I said in that previous series, if anyone was watching, the amount of times that I mentioned the Googly Boogly shot, inconsistency from the past series. Not that many, I'll be honest, but so far it's been, a little concerning, although a good shot from Wildcats there, and good defense. Like I said, Googly Boogly still very solid on defense. It's just whether or not they can generate that offense. A flip reset almost coming through from Ebski, and immediately we're seeing so much faster play from both of these teams than we had seen in the RL Side Circles Rizcracker series just a moment ago. And because both of these teams have to play aggressive, like their car lives are on the line for this one. And I mean, it's got to be intense that, especially knowing Pleb Esports want that win and Googly Boogly want that solidification into the playoffs. Both of these teams have something to play for.
Yeah, you got to be a little shaken up here. You're down 1 goal. Is it really our time to fall out of playoffs? Is kind of what this Googly Boogly squad is thinking. They do have a cushion regardless of their loss. If Baba and the Boobies do in fact lose, but I do not see that happening. I see that Googly Boogly, I think, in my opinion, needs to win this game.
They absolutely have to win this game, and to be honest, it's not the worst position ever for Googly Boogly, because considering how solidified their spot would be. I mean, they would make it into the playoffs if they win this game, and they're going to try and start it here with the 3v3 Angel with the Space Station. Octane's going to put one in the back of the net. If they win this series here, I mean, they're in. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I mean, just a side comment too. I know I saw a message in the chat earlier, try not to say Googly Boogly without laughing challenge, impossible. It's kind of true. I mean, the picture, the name, everything just adds up to absolute goofballs on this Googly Boogly side, but we know that when they need to be, they are stone cold killers. Goomba. And a good touch there from Guga rather, the namesake of the team himself, is just going to put it in the top left corner. And beautiful.
Yeah, no, that was great. And kind of, might I add, little earlier, if this Googly Boogly squad wins, I'm pretty sure it almost cements them. No, it does. It should cement them at a 2 or 3 seed spot. Yeah. Because going up 5 is huge, and the top 2 teams right now are going to play each other, and they can't go up. One of them can't go up to 5. So their seeding, if they win this, is actually going to be crucial.
I mean, it's looking like it's possible that you know that. Oh, a good touch there actually. I was about to say good pressure on from Pixel, but yeah, I mean you're right. If Knife to Meet You doesn't get that win later on against Doug Esports, then even with their incredible game differential, you know, higher than every other team at least, it's still a little shaky on whether or not they'd be able to lock up one of those first, second, or third seed spots. And so far, Googly Boogly look like they want to play for that seeding, but also, first steps first, they just want to get that win. As Angel, a good touch onto the backboard. Pixel's able to clear it, looking to get more pressure on the wall, although Guga, with such a fast challenge, I mean, this player has been absolutely key for not just Googly Boogly, good substitutions from him for other teams throughout this entire season. And I know that everyone's been happy to have him around and playing as well as he has been. And he's going to have to look to lock up this game for Googly Boogly. A good touch there from Fear, a really good redirect from Wildcats. Going to be able to take control of that Dominus, trying to get a good flick over Angel, but just nothing able to happen yet. And Pixel, a good cut though. 1v2, is he able to put it past Fear? No, he's not. Good defense, and so far, Googly Boogly have been standing up to the pressure from Pleb Esports.
Ooh, and almost a shot there from Giga, but it was passed just too wide. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize on a third goal, but they still have this cushion. Angel actually almost passing down to WoW. WoW did turn off that ball, and now we're going to see Fear trying to stay on, creating some sort of pass play. He unfortunately kind of faked it at that point and left it for Angel, but this Pleb Esports team is very quick to attack. Pixel keeping it in that midfield if he can. WoW going for an extra touch. Pixel almost getting a great touch and no follow-up. This ball might fall right in, but Evsky keeping the ball alive. Wow, his chance to make greatness. And it's topped down. Unfortunate for that Pleb Esports squad, and just a tough game overall. Both sides of the field played great, but Googly Boogly do come away with that first game win.
And I mean, considering how much of a favorite you put on their side, I don't think that's that convincing. Okay? Shouldn't be too happy for yourself yet, because that wasn't really an entirely convincing 3v3 win so far. But, I mean, I think that Pleb Esports definitely has a chance to bounce back, especially because they have that choice in what they want to do up for the next game, and they're going to choose ones.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to go in? I mean, Ebsky puts the ones in the chat. Ebsky has been such a 1v1 player. If it's Angel and Ebsky, I would be excited to see that. But honestly, we have seen Fear go in for a couple 1v1s for Googly. Who do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be Angel and Ebsky. I'm saying it right now. I think this Googly Boogly squad wants that point differential, regardless of what it does for them. It shows that they came to play, right? This team, Pleb Esports, has basically nothing to play for, but they're playing hard. They're trying to go for the throat, like I mentioned earlier, and Googly Boogly wants to show that it was almost an easy game. So I think if Angel can win this, that falls potentially to the sweep, like I mentioned earlier.
And I mean, it's definitely possible that we've seen some sweeps in the past, and Googly Boogly is definitely no stranger to knowing how it feels to get that convincing win over another team. They're gonna have to hope that they can get a sweep here, though. I'm not sure if they've even had a sweep this entire season. I'll have to go and check the the stats after this game. But I mean, Knife to Meet You has had a sweep. Even Arl Sideswipers has had a sweep, and Doug Esports I think also had a sweep as well. I mean, a lot of these teams, when it comes down to getting a 3-0 win, it's pretty impressive when you're able to do that, especially in the crew battles format where advantage is given to the loser of game 1 for game 2.
Yeah, it's difficult to get sweeps in this because it's not just 3-3s matches, which can snowball some momentum. It has that 2v2 or 1v1 factor that changes the pace of the game, and that's what you love to see in crew battles, and why I love that we picked it for this tournament.
Absolutely. And that crew battles is going to mean we're going to have a 1v1 game up for game 2. And Ebsky put that 1v1 in the chat. It is going to be Ebsky versus Angel. I know this is what you wanted to see, Bean. And like you said, Googly Boogly could be going for the throat and getting this 1v1 victory here and hoping that their team is able to take, that good game differential. Like you said, it's going to be really, really important to see if they're able to get this win off of Angel's back and solidify a good placement in, guarantee themselves into the playoffs, but also a good placement in terms of seeding.
Yeah, and if people haven't forgotten, we saw Angel 1v1 just a few days ago against Crim, and won against Crim pretty easily, 6-2 if I'm not mistaken. But guess what? Crim also beat Ebsky. So Angel beating Crim, Crim beating Ebsky, something doesn't add up here, and it could be a triangle of wins and losses if Ebsky does win this one. But I don't know. I think it's gonna fall the way of Angel.
I mean, Angel just really is probably one of the most annoying people I've ever played in threes especially, but you know, in 1v1 he can probably be even more annoying with the demo potential, but oh, neither of the players has boost, so Angel should be able to get back for that one. Evsky almost put enough pressure on. A little bit of an interesting cut there and a backflip almost puts it into Angel's
show
net.
the moves.
Oh yeah, he's showing the moves. I mean, Evsky, like we've said, I mean, Angel, like, you know, playing against him in a 1v1 could be a confidence demoralizer, but Evsky doesn't look phased at all. He still looks like he wants to just play solid and get his team the win back that they need in this series, especially because going down 2-0 against Googly Boogly cannot be a fun prospect.
Yeah, you don't want that. And might I add, Evsky is feeling himself, I gotta feel. I think his car control right now is immaculate. He's doing great, sliding past Angel when he needs to. And even with that one goal, it kind of shows a lot. And I think Evsky might be able to continue with this.
He might be able to, but I would absolutely not be surprised if Angel's able to cut back into this game. And so far he's got boost advantage, but goes for a little too aggressive of a 50 there as Evsky's able to get it back. But Evsky immediately overcommits. Can Angel capitalize on it? Yes, he can. I mean, just solid play to be able to flick it off of that side wall. He knows exactly what he has to do. Put it in the back of the net, and yeah, tied up game. Angel looks like he wants to start putting more pressure on Evsky. He wants to prove that he's the better 1v1 player.
Yeah, and it takes, like, kind of, Evsky's giving Angel space, but Angel wants Evsky to overcommit. It's kind of a weird tactic going on here, and I don't know which one's going to really, truly shine, as it's so far 1-1, but Angel with a shot and maybe a redirect right back to him. Kind of a double, if you might call it, but nonetheless a goal. Just a really awkward play for Evsky to get on. You kind of sometimes just have to wait for the shot and hope he shoots it slow there on the back wall and just read it. Very difficult, but great play by Angel.
Really, I think that's just that 1v1 awareness from Angel, knowing that he had the jump on Evsky, especially for that 50 right off the wall, and Evsky, almost gets caught out. Luckily, it's over the crossbar. He almost own goals himself. And that's got to be a little scary. He's got to be low on boost. He is going to push for that boost. Oh, and an immediate challenge after. I don't think Angel was expecting that at all. I think he thought Evsky was going to get the boost and head back. But looks a little bit scary here for Angel. Just able to keep possession. But he is low on boost, and Evsky's got full tank. Unable to do anything, though, still, because Angel just knows what to do in this 1v1 scenario, although he is caught out there. And this has got to be a goal for Evsky. That's just, you know, a boost disadvantage for Angel, and it's going to tie up the game in favor, in favor of both of these players who have been playing so solidly so far. You know, it could go either way. We never know.
Yeah, I mean, after his risky play on... Hope you're good over there.
I'm chilling.
But what was I going to say? I was going to say he played aggressive with 9 boosts when Evsky had full tank, and I'm surprised not to see him go for a double jump there just to keep in it, as he was still awkward. But I think he would have had it, maybe a 50 just to keep that play alive. But we will never know, as Evsky did tie it up 2-2. This game kind of halfway through, and we've seen pretty slow played, not much crazy mechanical stuff off the bat, just two players knowing their game, playing strong, getting boost control, and trying to beat out the other player.
Yeah, I mean, both of these players have been, I think they've been playing a little more safe than they wanted to. What I saw just not too long ago was Angel, rather than going for a little air dribble, which we might see from him on a normal day, he just decided to just try and put a power shot on net and catch Evsky off guard, but Evsky was just so prepared for that. I mean, Evsky, like you said, has been giving Angel space a little bit, and I think either of these teams, or either of these players rather, whichever player puts on more aggression first might be the one to get the advantage in the series, or it could also end up being an overcommit from whoever that is. A good challenge there from Angel, and that's just very good awareness, but he is going to back out of it and gets flicked by Evsky. That's not in the back of the net because Evsky can't finish it, and he's backflips and he passes it to Angel too.
Wait, but he's
passing.
And
Angel's bumped. Oh, he's bumped again though. Can he recover for this Evsky? Oh my god, what is happening? He hits the OMG in the chat. Angel's surprised with that. Evsky with the LMAO. I mean, what?
Oh, how the turntables. That was something. ASU moment. Yeah, that's right, guys. Go to GCU. We're better. No, that's really unfortunate for Evsky. He just hit it too hard. It slid away from him, and Angel was luckily able to recover. But here's a redemption play from Evsky. A great 50. He didn't even affect his car, and he just stuck on that ball. Easy goal for him there.
I mean, that's just all. That's really just. I'm not gonna chalk it up to the Fennec because, to be honest, I've never played the Fennec, and I nearly started playing the Fennec at one point like a week ago, and I still didn't like it. But it felt better. I mean, I've just never been able to understand how that car gets so much power on 50s and so much consistency. But Angel with the Octane is just going to put another one in the back of the net. That's just a kickoff smart play from Angel. I mean, he wins the kickoff. He's able to grab that pad and then just immediately turn around and take a shot on net. Just straight flick off of the top right corner of his car. And just slots it. But I mean, I think Evsky can't hold himself too down for that one. He has been losing kickoffs against Angel recently, and maybe he can hit the weight room and improve his consistency a little bit on those. But even this being his last match of the season, he wants to get that last 1v1 win, and he's gonna try and do it here with a flip reset over Angel. Evsky mechanical.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Angel, you just got peeked on. Look at that carry by Evsky. And Angel could not get to that ball any chance. That's just too good of a goal from Evsky. Amazing.
And I think Evsky's absolutely got a chip on his shoulder now. I mean, these two players have been playing very well, and they both earned themselves spots on ASU teams, but Angel with the 50 is just able to lay it in the back of the net. I mean, both of these teams have something to prove because they are essentially looking to get into those upper spots on their own respective teams in CRL, but also here for Googly Googly, they're trying to get that win and get that good game differential. And this is a really good start here. They are up 1 in game 2. Sweep potential is still on the line for Angel here, as he is going to get it, for once probably loses the kickoff against Evsky, but it turns out to still be in his favor as he puts more pressure on the Pleb Esports player. Evsky able to clear it out to the corner though, grabs boost, and both of the players on full boost, which means Angel is able to get that aggressive commit there. And he's still going for the ball. That could have been an overcommit though, and it is because Evsky's going to be able to roll it in the back of the net. I mean, that's close. That's a good try from Angel. I don't fault him at all for going for that, but Evsky just knew that it was coming and just got a good 50 and put it in the back of Angel's net.
Yeah, I don't even know if really Evsky got a 50 there. I think he might have just barely after Angel tipped it, but if Angel hit that ball dead on, I think it would have been unfortunately a goal against Evsky. Which would have been good, but we will never know. And a great kickoff from Evsky. He gets the win, he gets the boost, and a chance to lay on Angel, but he's doing something crazy here. And an overcommit again. Maybe a chance.
No, he's fine.
He did, but he regains some boost and does beat Evsky again. It's just seemed to be going back and forth off the bat here. It's just 1 goal for Evsky, 1 goal for Angel, and then back and forth.
It's good trade-offs here, and I think that Angel might still end up coming on top. He's got a 1-goal lead with 30 seconds. In 1v1s, that's not enough. I mean, anything could happen, especially off of a kickoff, but that anything could be Angel. Oh, almost able to lay one in the back of Evsky's net again. We saw that exact play just mirrored on the other side of the field a couple goals ago as Angel just getting those kickoff wins. Such good aggression, though, from Angel as the time is counting down. Clock is ticking for Evsky to get a goal. Angel, another flick, and Evsky backflips, able to clear it off his crossbar. Angel looks a little awkward, though. Evsky with the challenge, and that's a good 50 from Evsky. 3 seconds left. He doesn't have enough boost to get back for it, though. Oh, he pops it up, though. Oh, he's not able to put it in over the crossbar. He still has control. Somehow it's up in the field, but he's got to turn here. Oh, and
he has the boost. Oh my god.
That was close. That was close. That was the closest Evsky could have gotten.
So close. That was so close. Oh my god, Evsky. What even was that 1v1?
I don't know.
I will not lie. That is our I think that's our closest 1v1. I mean, the 1-1 shows nothing about how close this game was. We saw Evsky miss an open net, and somehow Angel gets a counter-attack goal on missing an open net. I don't even know. That's bizarre. And then Evsky almost hitting a double tap to tie it up at the end there. What is going on?
I mean, that was close. That was really close. But to be honest, that's just at the very last second, it seems like Pleb Esports always seems to slip or at least trip over themselves. And unfortunately for them, that means they are going to go down 0-2 in the series. Googly Boogly, you just have to get one more 3-3 win to solidify their spot in the playoffs and also get that good game differential that we were talking about. And I mean, I think that they're going to be able to do it, to be honest, because it's been very solid from them so far. But we have had a couple question marks, especially with that last series that they just played against RL Sideswipers. That was a pretty big question mark, but they're proving us wrong here, especially knowing that they can take one against Pleb Esports. And, you know, we've got a 3v3 up next. Let's get the players on the pitch for you guys, and we'll see what happens in this next game. I mean, it could go to the way of Googly Boogly. It could go for Pleb Esports, giving themselves a chance at that 2v2 later on. We're going to have to see what happens. Take it away, me boy.
Yeah, and this is do or die for Pleb, right? Everything on the line team, and this could be a chance for them. Pixel with a shot, trying to shoot under Angel, but Angel gets a great touch. Ebsky popping it back to WoW. Now a counterattack. Guga has a play, he keeps it low, and it's allowing Ebsky to get a great touch and a clear away. Fear cutting quick. Pixel not having it as he swats it out, and Angel actually faking out 2 defenders there after his mistouch, but Ebsky time is all he needs, and he unfortunately couldn't keep it alive. But Pixel, his great read to know that Ebsky's on the wall, cuts it back to him. It's almost a bump into this net of Googly Boogly. What are you thinking?
Man, I don't even know what's happened this first, almost minute of the game. It's just been a little confusing as to which side has more pressure because they've both just kind of been playing a little bit of boomer ball at least. Those pinches and, long touches haven't been favoring either team. And it's going to have to come down to an aggression or just a win from Googly Boogly, catching them on an overcommit. But, that backflip is too powerful, and Fear just not able to clean that one up. Ebsky taking it up the wall. That's too hard of a touch for first. Oh, but he puts my words in my mouth as he's going to put another shot and almost gets a pass off to Pixel as well. Pixel looking for a touch of his own, but Angel just there in defense. The solid team captain for Googly Boogly is doing their best to, to try and keep their team in the contention for getting a 3-0 sweep, which would be absolutely insane. And unfortunately for Pleb Esports, a pretty terrible way to end their season. So they're going to try and rectify it here. Wildcat's a good shot on net. Angel, a good save there. He's already got a savior medal, it looks like. And it's been not even a minute and a half, or over a minute and a half into the game. He's on a rampage. No one can stop him.
Yeah, great saves just coming out. Maybe an open shot here. It's just going to float right in off of that counterattack from this Googly Boogly squad. Fear beating WoW to the ball and no members on the back end with the boost. Make it back in time, and it's a simple lead, which threatens this sweep even more against Pleb. They've got to do something, and I think it starts with Ebsky.
I mean, it's got to start with Ebsky, the team captain who has been putting his team in the position to win so many times. And like I said, they have faltered a couple times. They have gotten some really clutch wins, especially the Game 5 overtime I remember against my own team, Nice to Meet You. That one was really just solid play from Ebsky, able to get past most of our players on defense, and then they just put it in the back of the net. But it's just, like I said, stumbling on that last step. And this could very well be the last step for their season here, and they're going to have to try and hope that they can get a comeback into this one. Good 50 there from Wildcats with the dominance against, the Googly Boogly player, just able to clear it out pretty solidly. And it is going to go over to the blue half, although Wildcats another clear, tries to pre-jump that touch from Guga, and Guga then is going to be able to get past 2 people. Looking still awkward is the blue team as Fear almost gets a shot on net. It's out to Angel, and it's 2-0. And Googly Boogly just seem like they have no idea and no, plans at all to stop this pressure.
Yeah, and their control there in front of the opponent's net is crazy. It's very difficult to get a ball past 3 defenders that are in the net, and they just did it there with a simple flick, a pass play, and it was right back out to Angel with the shot. Just great team play, and it puts them up 2-0. You keep forcing more pressure against this Pleb Esports team to be swept.
And Pleb Esports absolutely do not want to be swept. Almost a shot there from Guga, and Angel again. It's just going to clean that one up. I mean, he's got already 2 goals on the field, and there's just no signs of stopping from this Googly Boogly captain here. He really wants to get his team this sweep, and Pleb Esports have to do something to come back into this game. I don't think they know what it is yet, and neither do we.
Yeah, they gotta start figuring out sooner than later. 2 minutes left. Pixel actually shooting it backboard. Maybe Ebsky with a play, but he's just too slow. And Guga now in net. Actually getting a bad touch, and it leads to Ebsky getting the good start, like you mentioned, to maybe mount this comeback.
I think it's definitely possible. There is a long way to go for Pleb Esports. They can't let themselves get too confident with that 1 goal because they have to keep pushing. I mean, they need 2 to tie the game, and they're going to need 1 more to win it eventually. And a minute and 40 seconds left to play. Pleb Esports, their season's on the line here. They are down 0-2 against Googly Boogly, who have proven to be one of the strongest teams in the entire season so far, and they're going to try and solidify that position in possibly a first, second, or third seed. Right after this, Angel with another shot
what a
on net,
great
extending
play.
the lead. What do Pleb do? They're just absolutely crumbling under this immense pressure from the pink side.
Angel is doing it all. He's got 3 shots, 3 goals, and 3 saves. He is doing great. He is the team MVP, team captain, overall great player for this squad, and it's very difficult for this Pleb Esports to do anything to shut him down. Pixel doing all he can to get a play. He gets a demo, he gets a pass, but it's soon blocked away once again by Angel, and now this Pleb Esports offense is slowing down. It's coming to a stop as this Googly Boogly squad is making great touches and avoiding being scored on.
I think that's really what it's come down to. This entire game for Googly Boogly has just been avoiding being scored on. And even then, I mean, it looked like 2 players from the pink side committed. Angel and Fear both trying to get that last touch and put it into the back of the net. Goes off the post, but Guga is still there to defend. And this is a full team effort. I mean, the positioning has been impeccable for Googly Boogly. And that's really what has gotten them the win. It's been that aggressive play from Angel. Oh, Evsky's going to put one in the back of the net. They've got 30 seconds to tie it up. It's possible. But so far, it's been that aggressive play from Angel, but also just the unwillingness and unwavering confidence on the goal line that has helped out Googly Boogly. But Pleb Esports give themselves one last glimpse into a hope of winning, or not even winning the series, bringing themselves back in. They don't want to get swept. It starts here.
It starts here indeed.
Oh no.
But Angel still trying his best to peak in every chance he gets. He's making a turn there. He's hitting the ball everywhere. This is amazing for this Googly Boogly squad. And Guga, even himself, trying to take the ball into the Pleb Esports half. They are not scared of this Pleb Esports squad and are not turning to defense when they still have a 2-goal lead. They are mounting this pressure and trying to do all they can, and all they did was perfect.
Oh.
The sweep for this Googly Boogly squad. I called it.
You called it. You
And
did call
I
it.
have nothing else to say other than
Gosh.
they played great in Game 3.
They played really well. I mean, absolutely hats off to Googly Boogly. That's heartbreak. It's heartbreak for Pleb Esports, just hoping that they could get that one more win on the board and give themselves a good end to the season. Unfortunately, that's just a tough way to end it. And I mean, man, just solid play from Googly Boogly. They have locked themselves into a playoff spot. Googly Boogly we will be seeing them next week for the playoffs, and that's just absolutely, phenomenal from them. They've been playing solid all season. They almost stumbled there at the very end, but in the end they were able to take it back. And yeah, just incredibly solid. Unfortunately for Pleb Esports, they are going to go out, and I don't know what you think of their performance being, but I think they should still be proud of that one, especially for this series.
I mean, yeah, both teams gotta be.
Mhm.
I mean, they played great. Evsky and Pixel and WoW didn't stop. Like, they still put goals in late. They're trying their hardest. They're putting their heart and soul on the line to take a win away from Googly Boogly. But Angel and his squad stood up and took the game they wanted. They took that sweep pretty strongly, regardless of Evsky's efforts as a squad. Well done from them, honestly. It's a great bounce back after two losses in a row. You gotta come back. You're gonna go into playoffs now, feeling good, feeling happy, a good spot potentially, in the seeding now too. So it's gonna be exciting to see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely a good spot. As you can see, we're going to transition over to this real quick. Yeah, that 3-0 Googly Boogly over Pleb Esports on the left side, as you can see for the schedule. That's what we've got wrapped up for Monday. 2 really good series, but Googly Boogly just absolutely shined at the end there. Pleb Esports, nothing to hold, their heads down for. That was a really solid showing against still one of the top teams. And now, to be the top team, as the results stand for those two matches that we've already seen, Googly Boogly has put themselves just over Knife to Meet You, Doug Esports, and Chineki. All of those three teams we'll be seeing on Tuesday, and as soon as that is those matches have been wrapped up, we'll have the full standings for the end of the regular season. Especially that last match, Bava and the Buoys versus Chineki, is going to be a tense one. But for now, it does look like Googly Boogly has locked themselves into the playoffs with that 5-2 record. And like you said, you're right. I mean, Knife to Meet You and Doug Esports are going to end up playing each other, and one of those teams is there's just no way that Googly Boogly can go any lower than third now. I believe it's still possible for them to go into third place if Chineki were to get a convincing win over Bob and the Buoys, and either Knife to Meet You or Doug Esports, one of them has to win. So, Googly Boogly at least guarantee themselves that third place spot. And for now, I mean that's just solid from that team especially. Oh, and I have. Thank you for reminding me in the chat as well. I do have to change up this Pleb Esports result. Unfortunately, they are going to drop below Riz Crackers with that 2-5 record. Now they are going to be at negative 10, which is such a tough way to end their season. But yeah, I mean that's just unfortunate. But I think they still have to be proud of the way that they played, because every team in this season has been such well matched that it's been very solid play from all of them. And I don't know what kind of closing thoughts you have on that series, Bean, but give me what your thoughts are.
They've both teams honestly have shown so much potential, regardless of the wins and losses. They both could have been playoff teams, and I just gotta say, thank you again to them for playing. Specifically, Pleb, as they're unfortunately knocked out of the playoffs, and they played strong. They played great. Unfortunately, couldn't make it to the playoffs, but had some strong wins throughout the weeks and probably had a fun time doing it. So I'm glad for them to actually play and show up.
Oh yeah, absolutely strong wins throughout the weeks from Pleb Esports. I mean, like I've said, that win over my own team, Knife to Meet You, was very solid from just a couple weeks ago, and we knew that they were able to prove something, and they absolutely showed it with the Game 5 overtime win against us, and that's given them a good hope in this summer series, because they know that they've put a good amount of effort into getting these wins. They've definitely practiced, and they've gotten much better as a team as the season has gone on, and every single one of the players on that team has come out a better Rocket League player. I can guarantee you that. And for their season, unfortunately, it'll be over. But for Googly Boogly, locked themselves into that playoff spot, and they're now looking towards what could be coming in just a week or 2 weeks around whenever we're able to put on that playoff spot. They're gonna have to start preparing against whoever ends up meeting them in that first round, and it could be anyone, but so far they've been playing really solid. And yeah, any closing thoughts you got for us, Bean?
Yes, closing thoughts I have indeed. Chat, it is my last game streaming. I will,
For now.
after this week, for now.
For now.
I'll be back in the future, guys.
Oh yeah.
But tomorrow, I'm not streaming.
Mhm.
Maybe grand finals of tournaments if
Maybe.
the Babas and Buoys don't make it, but we'll have to see. For now, it is my send-off. Thank you guys so much for supporting the stream. AZ Six Mans allowing me to cast. I love Decibel for the squad, Angel, Bava helping out with the streamcasts, everyone just being here, helping out, and making sure that you guys can watch and have a good time. Thank you. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and support Bava and the Buoys tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
all I
absolutely
gotta
support
say.
Bava and the Buoys tomorrow. I'm gonna hope that I can be there casting and getting you guys that support that you need. Although I'm not gonna be biased, I think that Chineki still has a pretty good chance of taking it. And we've
No,
been
they
asked.
don't.
We've been asked.
Nando, you're going down!
They know
Nando,
that
you're
they-
going
Oh
down!
my God. The aggression from Bean, he knows that he wants to win that, and I think we don't even need to ask him about his predictions for Final Four. I've seen it in the chat. I think we know that Bean has got to be guaranteed, Googly Boogly into the top four, probably Knife to Meet You and Doug right after that, and he knows that Bava and the Buoys want that last spot in the playoffs. As for myself, I think I'm also going to have to be on the side of Bava and the Buoys here. I mean, those are our predictions for top four. I mean, Bava and the
Underdogs,
Buoys,
baby.
the absolute underdog story too. Going down 3 and then immediately getting 4 wins back to back to put yourselves into the playoffs could be crazy. But for now,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna have to just wait and see. I mean, We've got
Yeah.
just tomorrow. It's just tomorrow, guys. You absolutely please tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Tune in, baby.
Because man, is it going to be good. We've got one, as Bean called it earlier, we've got one show match right before that. Knife to Meet You and Doug. Still, Doug has a chance, and Knife to Meet You as well, although much smaller, of getting knocked out,
Well,
especially
hey,
if they lose.
Might
What's up?
I add?
Mhm. Yeah.
If Doug Esports gets swept and Bava and the Buoys and Shineke go Game 5,
Mhm.
Doug Esports is out.
Doug Esports is out. Yeah, that's true. And we haven't
Which
exactly
is
calculated
crazy,
all the
but
scenarios
it probably
yet.
won't happen.
Yeah, we haven't
That's the
calculated
only
all
other
scenarios.
scenario, by the way.
We'll see. That's the only other scenario. Okay, there you go.
That's the only other
Yeah,
scenario.
so it's very possible that Knife to Meet You is locked into the playoffs. I mean, we're pretty much sure that it's happened already by this point. We know that Googly Boogly is absolutely up there, but we've got a couple more series left, and you better tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We've got two banger series for you guys. We've got Knife to Meet You versus Chineki, and then Bava and the
best series of the tournament.
Yeah, Knife to Meet You versus Doug Esports, and then Bava and the Buoys versus Chineki, which could absolutely be the best series of the entire season, really. I mean, it's going to come down to the wire, and you guys better be there. For now, thank you guys for watching. Thank you again to Rizcrackers, RL Sideswipers, and Pleb Esports for ending your season off with us. And for Googly Boogly going into the playoffs, we appreciate you guys, everyone who played, and everyone who's put in so much effort over these couple weeks. And even if seasons end here, friendships and everything else absolutely does not. That these players will be carrying these memories for a lifetime. And we appreciate everyone being here. And thank you for stream. Thank you for Beanboy being here to cast. And yeah, I mean,
always.
it comes down to the wire tomorrow, but for today, we're going to end it on a good one. And we appreciate you all being here. And tune in tomorrow. Don't forget. Thanks for being here for now, though.
Have a good one, everyone.
Peace.
The home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.